Greyhound View this week, we look back at the second round of the Irish Cesarewitch, the best of the action from the Monaghan GAA benefit night, plus the final of the Track Bookmakers Super 12 from Harold's Cross. But first, we head to Shelburne Park, where we meet members of a new syndicate. The greyhound industry is swiftly attracting more and more young people to the sport. The benefits of forming a syndicate are numerous, and one of the latest to invest in a greyhound is a group of doctors who have formed the Young Lads Racing Syndicate.
And me and the other members of the syndicate, we graduated from the College of Surgeons in 2001, and thereafter we basically all split. We were a very close bunch of friends in college, and thereafter we split up and worked in various hospitals around Dublin and the country. So I proposed to the lads through a letter, should we, involve ourselves in a syndicate and buy a dog. It would be a good excuse to get together now and then, and everyone was very enthusiastic about it. And so, with very little persuasion, we met up in the Swan, which is our local college pub, and decided, we'll go for the greyhound. And the syndicate was large. There's about 15 of us in the syndicate, so it was very easy to come up with the idea of a dog. It made sense. I've experience with dogs from my uncle in Kerry, so I was familiar enough with the greyhounds to know that it was a good idea, and it's great fun. And I knew it would be a great laugh, and the lads would take it like ducks to water, really. So we bought the dog anyhow, and we named her our lovely dog, and she is a lovely dog indeed. And last week she won her semi-final of the CHRONICLE Bookmakers 5-5 puppy final, and tonight she runs in the final, unfortunately in trap 4, but she's a good breaker with excellent early pace, so hopefully she'll get out in front and do the business, so we're hoping. But before then I think we'll settle our nerves with a few pints.
And that they did. Here's Michael with the parade.
In trap 1 is La Fontaine, owned by Larry O'Rourke, trained by Dolores Ruth, the son of Split the Bill and Bunny's Joy. Perfectly drawn on the inside, has won 4 from 10, will be flying at the finish. Trap 2 is FRIEDELS, owned by Nicky Kenna and Said Riches, also trained by Dolores Ruth, a daughter of Top Honcho and Much Better. Finished 3rd behind a lovely dog last week, a good starter, not without his chance. In 3 we have Felix Ice, owned by Nolan McCreevy and Ann Cox, trained by Paul Hennessy, a son of Larkill Joe and Lady Noir, has won 2 out of 4 races, another fast starter, held by Trap 4 in last week's running. And in 4 is Lovely Dog, owned by the Likely Lads, the Young Lads Racing Syndicate. We hear them cheering. This one trained by Seamus Graham, a daughter of Stapler's Joe and Adrienne's Beauty. Brilliant early pace, the likely leader here. Number 5 is Riverside Hope, owned by Margaret Doherty, son of Trade Official and Toher Chant. Riverside has won 2 out of 15 races, always prominent. And in 6 we have Automatic Runner, owned by David Buckley and Leonard Lowndes, trained by Paul Hennessy, son of Droopy's Vieri and So Small. This fella flies home, will be devouring the ground from the 3rd bend to the ladder.
Well, confidence is high and the race about to get underway.
The final of the CHRONICLE Bookmaker Puppy Stake. Wide open betting contest. The hare comes around the final bend behind Traps and away to go. Number 4, Lovely Dog, fast away. Leads to the corner from 3, Phoenix Ice. La Fontaine on the inside, but it's Lovely Dog in front. Off the second bend, it's Lovely Dog in front, but the danger is in second. The fast finisher, La Fontaine. Down the back and Lovely Dog, 3 lengths clear. It's actually a bitch, but it's Lovely Dog is his name. Leading into the 3rd bend from 1, La Fontaine. Number 2, FRIEDELS challenging, and Lovely Dog slips 2.5 lengths in front. Onto the final bend, Lovely Dog in front. Here comes La Fontaine, challenging it up the straight. La Fontaine comes through to win it from Lovely Dog. Just about, he just got there with number 2 and 3rd, FRIEDELS, the time 29 seconds. And the result confirmed. The winner, number 1, La Fontaine, second, number 4, Lovely Dog, and 3rd, number 2, FRIEDELS, time 29 seconds.
Well, greyhound racing is all about thrills, and we certainly had a tight finish to the final of the CHRONICLE Bookmakers Puppy Stake. La Fontaine got up in the final few strides, Dolores.
He sure did. He knows how to leave it late, but he also knows where the winning line is. He's just really comes flying home, and he's full of running.
Larry wasn't here this evening, the owner.
No, he was booked in to come, and unfortunately there was a little bit of problems at work, so he had to stay at home and sort things out. He was very disappointed though, but we gave him a commentary on the phone and he was very happy.
The dog is huge pace. Do you have any targets in mind for the dog?
Produce Stakes, definitely. Clonmel will suit him, huge galloping track. And he's a very young dog, so he's done very well considering how young he is. I think he's a good future.
Not so lucky for the young lad syndicate, but trainer Seamus Graham has high hopes for the bitch's future.
I thought that she might hold on. I would have loved her to hold on for the connections. They're a great crowd of young fellas, and it's probably their first dog. And if she had win, I'd say it'd be a late night. But she did well. She's pretty young, and I hope she'll improve more. We'll probably aim for another puppy stake somewhere with her, and then maybe she might run in the Oaks.
It was a great race. It was very exciting. It fitted the bill. We were all there in numbers, and she lost by a short head, and it was very unfortunate, but we had a great old laugh. It was great fun. Slightly upset that she didn't win, but sure, I think we'll win again. She's a lovely dog, she really is, and she showed some good battling qualities. I don't think it's the last we'll see of our lovely dog. I think she'll win a couple of races yet, hopefully. We had a great night, though, that's the main thing.
Last Friday, the British Trainers Association, headed by Johnny Haynes, staged a peaceful protest at Monmore Green Greyhound Track in dispute of a proposed deal with the off-course bookmakers.
Why we're here today protesting against the off-course bookmakers is because when government abolished betting tax, the government said to bookmakers, we want to see racing benefit from this. And horse racing has benefited. They've had a deal with the bookmakers and come to a satisfactory conclusion. But they are ignoring the greyhound industry. They will not have a deal with us. They will not pay us what we deserve for the services they're getting. The greyhound industry is so underfunded that we must get the bookmakers to come to the table and pay us for the very good service that we provide. We have professional greyhound trainers working for minimum wages. We have an industry of kennel hands, and they're working 12-hour shifts and they're getting sweatshop wages. Well, we've reached protest action because we want to draw attention to our plight, and we won't just do it once. We'll protest at any bookmaker-owned premises until we receive a proper deal. I'm sure it will come to a satisfactory conclusion because we won't stop until it does.
The position of the Irish Greyhound Board was made clear in a statement issued last Friday from the Irish Greyhound Board headquarters.
For over 80 years, the Irish Greyhound public have enjoyed a very close and beneficial relationship with our British counterparts. In that time, our industry has progressed from being a part-time occupation or income provider, mainly for farmers, to a progressive and thriving industry. We owe a huge amount of our success to the funding mechanisms now in place in the Irish industry. From that, the solid infrastructure that has developed, and in particular to our business associations that we've had with our UK colleagues through the purchase of greyhounds. We now offer our unequivocal support to all discussions in the New Deal agreement. We would call upon and encourage all involved parties to look at the long-term implications of the agreement. New Deal offers a number of advantages. The owners, breeders and trainers will have a viable future. The entire industry will be guaranteed a product that is very tangible. It will be independently controlled. There will be increased level of opportunities for on and off course bookmakers. There will be increased funding in prize money and increased funding towards animal welfare and the Retired Greyhound Trust. The infrastructural development possibilities will be immense. So a progressive and viable industry in Britain is in everybody's best interest, including Ireland's.
We're back at Harold's Cross this evening for the final of the Track Bookmakers Super 12. It looks a tremendous contest, and number 5 Free State is likely to start the favourite, following her sensational semi-final performance, but don't rule out the likes of Count Again in Trap 1 and Sebastian's Thief in Trap 6. First, let's take a look at the lineup.
And in trap 1 here is Count Again, owned by Charles Adams, a daughter of trade official and Glorious Tess. Just returned recently from a lengthy layoff, getting better with each run, and she's ideally drawn in trap 1, likely to run a very big race. Number 2 is KESTREL, owned by Frank O'Brien, a daughter of Spiral Nikita and Duffy's Kestrel. Very, very consistent performer. The Consolation Laurels winner. She's won 10 from 42. She'll be flying at the finish. Number 3, we have by far the least experienced finalist, Aaron Sheila, owned by Pat Kelly and Pat Crow from Galway, a daughter of Top Honcho and HTC. She's only had 8 races. She's won 2 of them. She's only been out of the first 3 on 1 occasion. Number 4 is Clover Hill June, owned by Sean Conway, a daughter of Mustang Jack and Herbal Slippy, noted as a very strong finisher. Last week she actually led from traps but was passed by Free State, stayed on well in 2nd place. Number 5 is the aforementioned Free State, owned by Eamon Reynolds, trained by Rita Reynolds, a daughter of Staplers Joe and Queer Reason. This one flew here last week in the semi-final. She has run since then in Shelburne Park in another final there, but she's the one to beat here from trap 5. And in 6 we have Sebastian's Thief, owned and trained by Dom Renix, a daughter of Frisbee Flashing and Queen Maeve. She's won 10 of her 30 races. Last week she put up a fine exhibition when staying on strongly to win in 28.82. Ideally housed in trap 6. The favourite Free State is in 5. And away they go. Sebastian's well away. So is number 4, Clover Hill June. Yet again makes a big start. And it's Clover Hill June around the corner from 6. Sebastian's Thief bumping in behind. And Clover Hill June has gone 3 clear into the back from 2 Kestrel Lasses in 2nd. This one's going to take some catching. Clover Hill Lass striding out freely into the 3rd bend. 3 lengths clear from 2 Kestrel Lass, trying to close, but it's not going to be easy to catch this one. It's number 4, Clover Hill June out front. 2 Kestrel Lass putting in a run, but she's not going to be caught. Clover Hill June wins it comfortably from 2 Kestrel Lass and 6 Sebastian Steve in 3rd. The time 28.88. The result of the Track Bookmakers Super 12, the winner number 4, Clover Hill June, owned by Sean Conway. 2nd, number 2, Kestrel Lass. And 3rd, number 6, Sebastian's Thief. Time 28.88.
Well, Sean, the race was really over early once you led her on the corner.
Yes, when she came out, she's got a good chance from there, so did.
And what's next for the bitch?
There's a dual distance bitch competition coming up, 5.50 and 5.75, and we'll put her in that there. So
she was available at 6 to 1 in the ring. Did you take a bit of that? I know there was a few hefty wagers struck.
We never relations did. I'd say my father, we never been on right now. It's the prize money we were after.
In part 2, we look back on the heats of the Irish Cesarewitch, plus highlights of the Monaghan GAA Benefit Night.
A week ago here at Mullingar Stadium, Canute had the place absolutely buzzing when he won his first round heat of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch in a stunning time of 33.03. It's no great surprise then that Canute has been installed as the outright favourite to win the competition at 9-4. But not too far behind in the betting stakes is the Dolores Ruth trained Lemon Rambo. Tonight we have the 4 second round heats of this €15,000 competition. Dogs are in traps now for our first heat of the night. In 1, it's Top Action. 2, Metric Millie. 3, Tyrone Bello. 4 and 5, both vacant. And 6, it's Silver Shout. In the red jacket is Top Action. He's very well fancied. He's out very strongly too on the rails. In the centre though, Tyrone Bello. And running wide, Silver Shout has taken the lead now from Tyrone Bello into the opening bend. It's Silver Shout now, going on by a length or so from Tyrone Bello. Top Action demoted to 3rd, holding on to 4th spot. Metric Millie up the front. It's Silver Shout now, very close between himself and Tyrone Bello. Very close as they swing the final turn. Top Action beginning to close as well. Down the home straight, Silver Shout is not going to be beaten here. Silver Shout very close for 2nd. Metric Millie is just there. All set now for the second quarter final. In 1, it's Unsinkable Joel's. 2, Beauty Saloon. 3, Metric Bill. Aleska Vienna is in 4. Leonie Star 5 and 6, Tornock. Here swings the final bend. It comes towards straps and they're off and racing out the centre. Metric Bill is well out in the white jacket. Beauty Saloon is well there, also very close into the opening turn. It's tremendously close, and going on is Metric Bill into 2nd. Heliska Vienna as well there on the rails. Unsinkable Joel's, but it's Metric Bill out front by 4 into the 2nd bend from home. Metric Bill is way out in front now by 2 or 3 lengths. Heliska Vienna beginning to close, but as they run into the home straight, it's Metric Bill. He's not going to be caught. Metric Bill followed home by Heliska Vienna, close for third between Unsinkable Joel's and Beauty Saloon. We have a full complement of runners here in our third quarter final. In 1, Cura Kelly Last, 2, Canusi, 3, Breemore Melody, 4, Early Lark, Arnock Joey is in 5, and with the stripes, it's Backdoor Girl. The punters won't hear of defeat about Canuti, and they're off and racing, and Canuti is out reasonably okay, but it's out wide now that we have 4, that's Early Lark, but into the lead it's Canuti at the opening bend. He'll be difficult to beat now, 3 to qualify. It's Canuti, followed by Early Lark. Cura Kelly Lass is moved into third. Breemore Melody is 4, but look at this, way out in front by 3 or 4 lengths Canuti as he returned and into the finishing straight. It's Canuti, he's going to win at his ease here. Canuti up towards the line. What about the track record? Will he beat it? It's not going to be broken, or is it? Yes it is. What a time, 32.93. The last 3 places up for grabs right now. In 1, Plucky Customer, 2, Droopy's Gloria, 3, Springwell Sue, 4, Lemon Rambo, 5, Tut Tut, and 6, Cabbage White. For the favourite as the hare comes towards straps, and they're off and racing. And well away in the centre, Plucky Customer, the red jacket, down towards the line with a full circle to go. Cabbage White takes them on from Tut Tut. In third is Plucky Customer, that's the 1, 2, 3. Droopy's Gloria has moved into 4. Springwell Sue is 5. The back marker is Lemon Rambo. That one, of course, the favourite. Out front, it's Cabbage White, though, from Tut Tut. Cabbage White looking for his 11th win from 21 starts down the straight. Up towards the finish to go. Cabbage White is being challenged by Tut Tut, but it's Cabbage White, Tut Tut, and Droopy's Gloria.
A huge buzz here tonight at Shelbourne Park. Monaghan GA night. It's become one of the big standard bearers of the year. A lot of the top dogs make their first appearance of the season. We get a look ahead to see how they're going to contest the classics coming up. Tonight, no exception. Marvellous night. Great racing. Some great people too. And guess who I ran into? GA President Sean McCaig. Why wouldn't it be here? Monaghan man. Welcome, Sean.
Thanks, Michael. Yes, a wonderful night, as you said. Yes, always great friendship and great camaraderie here among all the GA people and the doggy people who come here. I always look forward to it. I've been here a few years and I think it's a great night.
There's a great connection between the GA and Greyhounds, and particularly on the benefit night, a lot of money being raised.
Yes, we have a lot of people who in the GA who are also doggy people, and they have their Greyhounds and they've been around the tracks of Ireland, and very famous All-Ireland medal holders have dogs, and they pride their dogs, I think, more than they pride their medals maybe, but it's a wonderful connection, and people just across all sports, I think, come to dogs because they feel that there's a place in there for any sportsman.
Any winners yet for you tonight?
No winners, unfortunately. My pocket's getting very light. If I don't soon get it one up, I think I'll have to sneak out the back door and pretend that I wasn't here.
So when you're getting near to the end of the reign, you've had a busy and a hectic campaign, shall we say. But I believe you're sneaking back into coaching. A birdie whispered into my ear that you're involved in coaching in Scottstown again.
Well, I wouldn't call it coaching at the level at which I'm operating at the moment, but I always enjoy working with teams, and I hope that maybe I'm not too old to involve myself maybe with an underage team or whatever when I leave office. But it's been a wonderful and hectic time. I've been very privileged to be in the position I'm in, and I look forward to moving on and letting the next man, Sean Kelly, enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed it, and see through some of the changes that I've started and that will be ongoing over the next few years.
Well, Sean, it's great to have you here again. Hopefully you'll be visiting for many years to come.
Thanks, Michael.
Well, that was Sean McCaig, a man with a mission, shall we say, here in Shelbourne Park tonight. But a lot of big races, and coming up, let's have a look at the Padraig Waters 550.
Well, they're here on the way for the Padraig Waters 550, the feature race of the evening here at Shelbourne Park. 1, Word of God. In 2, Heavenly Hero. Trap 3, Sammy's Welcome. That's the reserve. In 4, Born a Pilot. 5, Confident Choice. 6, the favourite, Movie Gamble. The hare coming up behind traps and away they go. And first to show, number 5 is Confident Choice. He leads into the opening corner from number 6, Movie Gamble. On the inside, number 1, Word of God. Further back to number 4, Born a Pilot. But around the second corner, it's number 5, Confident Choice. Now been taken on and passed by number 6, Movie Gamble. In third, number 4, Born a Pilot in top gear. But out front, still number 6, Movie Gamble. Here comes number 4, Born a Pilot with that tremendous burst of pace. Around the bottom 2 corners, number 6, Movie Gamble strikes in front once again. Here comes Born a Pilot on the inside. Back in third, number 5, Confident Choice. But up the home straight, it's number 6, Movie Gamble. Here comes 4, Born a Pilot. Up to the line, Born a Pilot gets there. What a race. Second, number 6, Movie Gamble. Third, number 5, Confident Choice. 30:01, the winning time. Well, what a thrilling finish to the Portrick Waters 550. Number 4, Born a Pilot, displayed his brilliant pace to get the better of number 6, Movie Gamble. In third, number 5, Confident Choice, the winning time, a fast 30:01. Following Born a Pilot's tremendous success in the Portrick Waters 550, the presentation was made to Rory Dwan, a delighted owner and trainer, and why wouldn't he be? What a prospect he is. But 2003, could he be there at Derby time?
Late Choice, 5 clear in the third round. Greyhound Trade in second. Amber Joe is third, and you get a search party for the rest of them. Off the last bend, and Late Show, he races home to victory. A very, very impressive performance from this magnificent greyhound as he scorches home. A fantastic run, the greatest run I think I've ever seen. A time of 32:20. This is absolutely sensational. He's taken 3.5 lengths off his own track record. That's one of the greatest races we'll ever see in this country. A magnificent performance. This is one hell of a greyhound, Late Show.
Sadly, Late Show's illustrious racing career came to an end when he fell coming to the first bend in the Sam Maguire 575 stake at Shelburne Park last weekend. Although his injuries look substantial, we're glad to report he's in fine fettle.
I suppose in some ways it wasn't the luckiest night of all time with him. Having said that, we're delighted that the dog is okay after the race, is the most important thing. But it was disappointment more than anything else for the dog's sake. We really thought we had him spot on for the first time in a long time. We had got 6 weeks uninterrupted training into him since the Casey 575 stake. And some of his homework was as good as he's ever done. And he pinged it on Saturday, I think he hasn't done for about 1.5 years. And everything was grand. It's just a freak accident. It's unfortunate what happened. I thought the dog might get one chance to show how good he was still after all the poor luck that he's had, you know, but I mean, that's the way it goes. But as I said, the most important thing is he's fitting well and he's fine. It looked worse than what it was. Obviously, that puts paid to a racing career now that the injuries occurred so late in his career, but I mean, we've had great crack with him. He's a wonderful dog to have, and he'll resume stud duties now, and I'm sure he won't mind that either.
We'll take a look at the fixtures now, and on Thursday at Shelburne Park, it's the semi-finals of the Daninga House Stud Puppy Stake. On Friday at Harold's Cross, it's the final of the Track Bookmakers Unraced, and at Newbridge, the first round of the MD Betting Yankee Stake. On Saturday at Limerick, it's the semi-finals of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup. At Mullingar, it's the semi-finals of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch, and at Cork, the semi-final of the Hospitality Catering Super Sprint, and the first round of the Kieran Dineen Memorial. Next week, we look back on those semi-finals from Mullingar and Cork, plus we take a trip to Enniscorthy to meet the nominated Brood Bitch of the Year, Daly's Heartthrob.